Where are you from?
I grew up here.
Okay, right in Sarasota?
Yeah, I told you, my dad grew up in Bamberg, South Carolina.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that's great.
And so, he came from a big family and, pretty poor. I got in the Air Force at 17, get the hell out of there.
Okay.
And then he started working, he got in the military. He ended up getting over to St. Pete Pines, and he worked in loading trucks in the to find work.
Yes, sir.
Mother was a teller and grew up there. She was born in St. Pete.
So where did the entrepreneur of your mindset come from?
I don't know. I don't really know. Both my parents had strong work ethics, and they came from nothing.
Okay.
And I think that was part of it. And I just always like teaching people things like you do.
Correct.
I was a boat captain, the youngest boat captain in the state of Florida, so love teaching people how to fish.
Okay. Oh, hey. Me and my children will love it.
That's right. And then I became a young personal trainer at 17.
Okay.
And I was sponsored by a number of companies, mainly in track and field, triathlons, things like that. And
so what was some of the hardest parts? Like, everybody wants to be not everybody shouldn't be an entrepreneur, but what is some of the
part?
Yeah, what is the
hardest part?
part?
Is not quitting. That's people quit too early. They want something, but they don't fight for it. And anything you're going to do. And I think the biggest one for me is that I had to learn to put trading time to dollars. Everything I do was transactional. I was working people out, taking people fishing. And when I started really figuring it out, I actually saw that there was a market for stone traps way back then. So I bought 100 traps, and they weren't cheap. And back then, I didn't have winches. I had an old boat. You had to pick these things up. They're about 40 pounds each.
Yes, sir.
You had to drop them down 40, 50, 60 feet down. And I'd pick those things up every 3 or 4 days. And I'd get probably about 100 pounds every time I went out there. Back then I was getting about $7 a pound. So I'd make $700 a day. But only for that day. And then I have to wait another week or so and go back out and rebate them, put them back out. So I started to say, well, look, I have 100 traps. If I have 200 traps, I could be making double that. And then I had 500 traps, and I tripled it. And so I started thinking, and then I hired some guys to come out there and lift the traps up with me. And then I got a winch, electric winch. So I just started to learn how to duplicate myself. I think that's the hardest thing, is to look for ways where you can work as a team and duplicate yourself. And for you, for me, I became a dad at older age. I was like 40. I was kind of I was traveling the world with boats, like jumping in different countries. I saw a really bad marriage with my mom and dad, so I wasn't excited about marriage.
Yeah, understand.
I had a girlfriend every port.
Yeah, hey, understand that part.
And then I dated this really hot little Asian chick, and when she broke it off with me, she took me on a trip and up in the mountains, and then we partied on good company. She was younger than I was. And next thing I was calling about a month later. So my friend was, I got a birthday present for you. I went on my birthday, the last time I saw her. Okay. And she was my son. So I went back, got together, we moved around. We were together for about a year. It wasn't like love, but I moved next door. I bought her house. And then I completely stopped all the carousing around that I was doing back in the day. And I never dated a woman that had kids. So then when I had a kid, then I always dated people who had a kid.
Yeah. Because it's like the lady I used to date, she told me about the military. She's like, they don't do it, civilians, they don't understand the lifestyle of what they got to go through. Some days they're talking, some days they can't.
That's right.
So it's like, it's the same way I understand it. When it comes to people with children, if you don't have children, it's kind of hard for me to really, go after you. When you got children, I understand you know about patience, you know my phone, I will always be on you.
That's right.
You know about all these things that we got to do with our children.
And they get jealous. They get jealous of my ex because we did everything together. I was friends with both her husbands. We had no real, other than I had a cater that's in a club. But, other than that, I was at her school every day, the Montessori school, watching it, because I was pretty independently wealthy by the time I got age.
Now you said something. You said you were friends with her husband.
I was friends with both her husbands.
Yeah. So how did that go? Most people won't even do that.
Yeah, because they're both nice guys. And they were amazing daddy 2 and 3 for my son. They were great role models. They were very, very, very responsible, and they could put up with her. She was very high maintenance. She wanted to get it done. And I wasn't going to work with me in that respect. And she had a little bit of she was adopted by Korea, so she always had a little bit of a chip on her shoulder. And it was just, like the way she said, she must have been born from spoiled. Somehow she got lost because she always had to. She didn't appreciate her parents adopted her. She just didn't appreciate people she wanted her to go out away from herself.
Hey, away from the dog.
Yeah, you never
No one know what happened last time. Thank you.
Yeah, you never know.
Last
And the
time.
famous last words? Oh, he doesn't bite, he's fine.
Thank you, right? If he have teeth, he bites.
Except those dogs are concerned about this because they don't understand they kind of go out.
Yeah.
I know.